One Zambia, one nation. Welcome to ZANIS News. It's the 5th of March 2023. On this day, we celebrate the International Children's Broadcasting Day. And joining me as co-presenters for tonight is, on my right is Chimwemwe Ngoma, and to my left is Hadara Kapandola. But before that, we take you through the headlines. Children celebrate Broadcasting Day. Children appreciate free education policy. Australian government pledges continued technical financial assistance to farmers. Parliamentary Committee on Media hails Smart Zambia digital services.
ZANIS News in detail. Zambia today joined the rest of the world in celebrating the International Children's Day of Broadcasting. Ethical Institute and Leadership Academy since called on the media to present programs that attend to the needs of children. John Wupe Sindwe with the details.
Happy Children Broadcasting Day!
Today was all about children taking over the airwaves on various broadcasting platforms. This is because it is the commemoration of the International Children's Day of Broadcasting. This is the day when broadcasters work with children to be part of the programming process, to talk about their hopes, dreams, and exchange ideas with their friends on issues affecting them. Even at an early stage, some children are aware on the importance of financial literacy.
Financial literacy is education that helps you understand how to use your money. Financial literacy is learning about money, how to make it, how to save it, how to spend it, and how to budget it.
Why I think it's important that children must learn financial literacy is because to teach these children to plan, save, and use their money responsibly.
When children are growing up with a literacy or a knowledge of how to make finances, how to budget for them and how to save them, we are having disciplined citizens for the nation.
On this day, Ethical Institute and Leadership Academy implores the media to take keen interest in ensuring that they broadcast more of educative programs.
But if we had more educative things for our children, that as they are growing up with this technology, they become better citizens.
The reason why I want to be a journalist is because I want to tell the facts and happenings in the world. Broadcasting is about giving people information about what's happening all around the world and to update us about current affairs.
The day was launched in 1991 by the United Nations Children's Fund, UNICEF, to encourage broadcasters worldwide to create awareness on children's issues. Wupe Sindwe for ZANIS News in Lusaka.
Still on Children's Day, children are appealing to media houses to broadcast issues that can help them to be morally upright. ZANIS interacted with children from different parts of Lusaka who expressed their views on what the media needs to do for them.
Today marked another special day for the children who are celebrating the International Children's Broadcasting Day. Some stakeholders are appealing to media houses in ensuring that what they broadcast does not corrupt the minds of children as regards to morals, values, and principles.
I feel the media, which is the maximum way of publicizing what our children want to become and what they see on a daily basis, it should take keen interest that our children should learn moral values. They should learn from us ethics that we have grown up with. You know, there's a lot of, for lack of a better term, inappropriate content on the media that our children check on TikTok, on Facebook, on WhatsApp, on Instagram. How about if we had more educative things for our children, that as they are growing up with this technology, they become better citizens? What do you think would have if we have a minor child growing up to become a TV broadcaster or a TV presenter or a media producer or something? That would mean we'll have a strong nation. But for years, we've been lagging behind, and I feel it's time we woke up to the call.
ZANIS interacted with the children and got their views on morals, values, and ethics and issues that affect them.
To stay free from alcohol and drugs. Want the media to talk about issues affecting children, for example, child abuse.
Child abuse is when you force a child to do whatever you want.
The media has indeed a big role to play to ensure that they broadcast programs that will make children grow up into responsible and ethical citizens. For ZANIS News, Mangalaka Pandola reporting in Lusaka.
In Kasama district, children have thanked government for the free education policy in the country. A child, Precious Nkata, who spoke on behalf of other children, says free education has seen a number of them going to school. More in the following report.
Children in Kasama have joined the rest of the country in observing the International Children's Day of Broadcasting. Over 150 children drawn from across the district gathered at Wamulungwe Lodge in Kasama, where a symposium organized by World Vision Zambia was held. Here, the children thanked government for implementing the free education.
The introduction of free education is supporting each and every child out there to have access to adequate education. And by doing that, we thank you to the New Dawn government for being with us.
Kasama District Commissioner Elizabeth Goma graced the symposium.
This year's theme resonates well with the New Dawn government's commitment to firstly protect children's rights through the enactment of the Children Code Act number 12 of 2022, which will effectively ensure that children's rights from all walks of life are protected and enhanced.
And speaking when he gave his presentation on the Children's Code Bill, Child Provincial Coordinator Moshon Milambo urged the children to enjoy their rights responsibly.
The guest of honor said, where your rights end, another person's rights begin. So there is that responsibility which we need to exercise as children as we enjoy our rights.
And in the build-up to the event, the children engaged various duty bearers on various issues affecting them.
The theme is can't come at a better time like this, when your government is talking about putting in place child protection policies and legislations that should go a long way into securing the lives of our children.
This year's International Children's Day of Broadcasting was commemorated under the theme, Invest in Us, Protect Us, We Are the Future. For ZANIS News in Kasama District, I am Patrick Kabwe.
In Mwansabombo District, children have also participated in commemorating this year's International Children's Day of Broadcasting. The children took time to interview various stakeholders who included the District Commissioner and the District Education Board Secretary. Abigail Changwe, a grade 8 pupil, now gives us more in the following report.
In order to safeguard the children's future, government has actualized a number of policies. One such policy is the introduction of free education from grade 1 to 12. In this vein, Mwansabombo District Education Board Secretary Mary Kanimbo has called on learners to take advantage of free education and attend much-needed education.
It has brought free education so that everyone attends education, which is very cardinal in socio-economic development of an individual or a learner like you. And you know, we are receiving a lot of funds through CDF so that everyone has access to quality education.
Meanwhile, Acting District Commissioner Ruben Chandwa outlined what government has done to protect children.
We are actually trying to ensure that the protection actually begins with a child who is not yet born. The first 1,000 critical days of life, we would want to ensure that there is a proper nutrition given to the mother before the child is actually born. And once this child is actually born, there is also protection. That is also guaranteed in this perspective. It's our focus as a government to see to it that when you go to school, you are actually protected heavily. And those that abrogate this rule They are not spared.
This year's International Children's Day of Broadcasting was held under the theme, Invest in Us, Protect Us, We Are the Future. Abigail Changwe reporting for ZANIS Mwansavombo.
Thank you, Abigail, for that report. And now we move to education news. Northern Province Health Director Enes Mutale says pupils need to be incorporated in the fight against various diseases in communities, including tuberculosis. Mr. Mutale was speaking when he graced the inter-district debate contest in Kasama. Details in the following report.
We know that TB is an airborne disease, and for us to eradicate TB, we need to collaborate with other ministries.
It's a wrap-up for the inter-district debate contest on the awareness on tuberculosis, TB, between Laura Girls of Kasama and Katuta Boarding Secondary School of Lupososhi District. The battle between two competing districts on the motion eradicating tuberculosis should be a mandate of Ministry of Health and not any other ministries, saw Laura Girls emerge victorious at the inter-district contest. Northern Province Provincial Health Director graced the occasion.
Now I would like to take you to what we did last year in form of TB notifications. We notified 4,031 cases. This year we have a target of 4,067. The cure rate for last year was at 89%. We are supposed to be at 90%, so we are short of 1%. So through your debate and through other platforms, we hope that we'll manage to reach 90%.
Center for Infectious Disease Research in Zambia, SIDA's representative Richmond Mulea, explains the significance of the debate contest.
The main reason why we want to have such debates going on is to ensure that there's adequate sensitization to the public. And what better way to do it than to use the pupils from the Ministry of Education, because once the pupils have the knowledge and the information, they're able to share with their parents and the community at large.
And Kasama Boys head boy, who gave a vote of thanks on behalf of the pupils, commended the facilitators for the informative and educative program on tuberculosis awareness.
We will always be ambassadors of tuberculosis in our communities, and we shall ensure that knowledge at all the teachings reaches all the corners of this country.
Laura Girls Secondary School will represent Northern Province at the provincial level. Taonga Nkoma for ZANIS in Kasama District, Northern Province.
Still in education news, Zambia and Zimbabwe have jointly commissioned a newly constructed and fully furnished 1x2 classroom block at Kavalamanja Memorial School in Mwangwa District of Lusaka. The construction of the school was funded by government of Zimbabwe and Zambia. Details in this report by Jonathan Mukuka.
As a way of appreciating the people of Kavalamanja and Mwangwa district for their contribution during the independence struggles for Zimbabwe, which resulted in the death of several Zambians alongside Zimbabwean nationals, the Zimbabwean government funded the construction of a memorial classroom block. The 1x2 classroom block, constructed by the Zambia Army engineers, is fully furnished, and its joint recommissioning forms part of the commemorations to mark 45 years since the fierce attack on the Kavalamanja and Kakaro by soldiers under the command of Ian Douglas Smith.
The Zimbabwean government pledged to construct a 2-classroom block, and we appreciate the classroom block was by arrangement built by the Zambian Army on our behalf.
The Zambian government is happy with the good gesture from the Zimbabwean government.
We wish, Honorable Minister of Defense, for you to carry our message of appreciation to the President of the Republic of Zimbabwe, Dr. Mnangagwa. We thank him.
Stakeholders have also commended the Zimbabwean government for the good gesture.
Therefore, having a classroom block like this one gives much more motivation to the teachers that are sent here.
There's a communication tower that we see in front of us. There is an expanded rural health center, which is here. There is a school that is being handed over. These are very, very significant developments to our people.
Jonathan reporting for ZANIS News in Mwangwa District, Lusaka Province.
We move to Eastern Province, where the Australian government has pledged continued technical and financial assistance to some farmer groups in 4 districts of the region. Details in this report by Lobasi Mutafela.
Although agriculture remains the main economic activity in rural areas, most farmers continue to wallow in poverty because of poor productivity, emanating from failure to embrace new technologies. In Eastern Province, the Adventist Development and Relief Agency ADRA, with support from the Australian government, is supporting financial and technical support to farmer groups in Sinda and Petauke districts. Harare-based Australian High Commissioner to Zambia has visited the project site in Sinda to appreciate the interventions.
Stories personally and seeing how you have used the knowledge to convert into value-added products, to advance your own learning, it's so impressive. And I know that we all face a challenge from climate change, and I just urge you to continue using the expertise available here to keep learning and adjusting and working as hard as I can see that you already have to continue to get that success and to make this a bountiful region for Zambia and to be a model of cooperation and collaboration. The Australian government is very proud to partner with you and to partner in a project that addresses climate change, that empowers local communities.
ADRA has been working with farmers in 2 districts with technical support from government.
Impact and productivity seems to be more, and maybe the further you go away from the center, the more you see reduction in the impact, which means probably we need as many as possible of such centers because they've proved to be quite a good model to help our farmers. And you heard for yourself how the savings for change basically has helped the underbanked communities basically to access resources and be able to also become financially literate, but also be able to invest in their livelihood.
The beneficiary community who are into cassava production is happy with the support.
Pomoa tifika kuno kwatu kuchoka ku bungwe la boma la Australia tinakhala oyamikira chifukwa ise bantu tinalo kuvutika kamba kanjala momwe ili kubera mvula kuno kwatu siri uchita bwino tinangwa ni wabwino chifukwa olokulishirala timakolola ukolola kwake timadya vapa mwamba mayani aya timadya konjiyo olo ndio zivute kwa masitivutika komanso kusi kwake kuli mizu yake aja tima diaso lokulinjala vakudya vatichepekera maminda koma tima thandizika kamba kavive pansi vake vija.
Reporting for ZANIS in Sinda district, I'm Lobasi Mutafela.
Still in agriculture news, Paramount Chief Chitemukulu of the Bemba people has encouraged farmers to use locally produced commodities as a way of boosting the country's economy. The Paramount Chief said this when a delegation from United Capital Fertilizer paid a courtesy call on him at his palace in Mungwi district. More in the following report.
He is in Northern Province to check how maize fields that use compound D fertilizer supplied by the United Capital Fertilizer under the government-supported Farmer Input Support Program FISIP are performing. United Capital Fertilizer Regional Manager for Northern and Mchinga Provinces, Captain Chewe Mlenga, visited some maize fields in Kasama and Mungwi districts and is impressed with what he has seen.
I've gone round and so far I haven't had any complaints from the farmers. It's something that I can see with my own eyes that actually our fertilizer has been quite effective. And talking about the next season, we're very much ready for the next season. So far we have about 84,000 metric tons of tea compound and the same number of urea.
Paramount Chief Chitemukulu of the Bemba people, who led the team in checking his maize field, used the occasion to urge farmers to use locally produced commodities.
You normally look what they stock. If the fertilizer is not good, it won't be as strong as it should be. But I don't think we have had a problem with this type of fertilizer. We are just appreciate it, and I think we are advising our villagers to get more of this stuff rather than any other thing. This is a very good experiment.
Sylvester Nyendwa is Northern Province Agriculture Coordinator.
personally, it was the first record so far that I saw that imports were delivered within the particular season, December. To me, a local institution, if well supported by government, I think it's something that I would recommend even myself, which I think United Capital Fertilizers did.
Helen Bwalia for ZANIS in Mungwi District, Northern Province.
The Parliamentary Committee on Media and Information Communication Technology has commended Smart Zambia for rolling out digital services to provincial and district government institutions. Committee Chairperson Raphael Mabenga says the transition from manual to digital platforms will enhance public service delivery. More in the following report.
The Parliamentary Committee on Media, Information and Communication on the role of electronic government touring the Copperbelt Province public institutions is pleased that the introduction of e-governance at Ndora Teaching Hospital has improved the operation of the institution, which was previously dependent on paperwork. The Parliamentary Committee Chairperson, Raphael Mabenga, is happy that the replacement of paperwork to electronic means is yielding positive results.
This morning we were at the teaching hospital here in Ndora. We have seen that the paperwork is no more. Everything is done electronically, including the postage of X-ray and the documents within the hospital. When you register once, then you are covered. You can go to any hospital which has got similar facilities, and they'll be able to identify you and attend to you.
Copperbelt Province Permanent Secretary Augustine Kasongo is also cheered that the use of e-governance in public institutions is promoting efficiency in serving the citizens.
So I also want to appreciate that government is also going that road through the health institutions. You know, when you go to registry, it's very bulky. You find where they keep it stationary, or our cards as it were, they are almost running out of space. So the introduction of e-communication, I think this will go a long way in actually bringing efficiency in our institutions.
Smart Zambia National Coordinator says the Parliamentary Committee will also proceed to Kitwe to assess on how e-governance services are being implemented.
We just want to assure you that once we are done, she will come with a report of what we have seen here and in which areas our honorables are going to assist us moving forward.
Tovini Ngombe, ZANIS, Ndola.
Acting President Mutale Nalumango has commended the Coalition of African Parliamentarians Against HIV and AIDS on plans to raise 5 million kwacha towards hosting the Exhibition Business Forum in Northwestern and Western provinces this year. ZANIS reports that Mrs. Nalumango said this in a speech read for her by Minister of Defense Ambrose Lufuma at the launch of the CAPAH Parliamentarians Exhibition Business Forum under the theme Leaders Networking to Unlock the Economy in Zambia. And Minister of Health Sylvia Masebo explained that the launch of the forum is a clear demonstration of government's commitment towards improving the welfare of the people. Speaking at the same event, acting CAPAH chairperson Makozo Kote disclosed that the exhibition is slated to be held in September this year in Northwestern and Western provinces. Acting United Nations Resident Coordinator CZ Bienka said attaining sustainable development calls for an all-society approach with leaders across all levels doing their part. Meanwhile, Minister of Mines and Minerals Development Paul Kabuswe emphasized on the need to actualize Zambia's potential so that citizens can enjoy the wealth from natural resources.
The purpose of our gathering today is to use every other opportunity to assist our people in attracting investments into sectors such as agriculture, livestock, tourism, and manufacturing, by developing local industries to unlock the economy, targeting the local and export markets through products and services. This is one way in which we can contribute to job and wealth creation in our areas of operation.
Exhibition will bring together a cross-section of stakeholders and potential investors, both local and international, so as to explore the opportunities that exist in these two provinces, Northwestern and Western province.
We must do our utmost collectively address development, peace, and humanitarian interventions. Attaining sustainable development calls for an all-of-society approach.
That item wraps up ZANIS News, but before we go, a recap of the headlines. Children celebrate Broadcasting Day. Children appreciate free education policy. Australian government pledges continued technical financial assistance to farmers. Parliamentary Committee on Media hails Smart Zambia digital services. Thank you for being with us on behalf of the studio crew and on behalf of my co-casters. This has been Mwangala Kapandola. Happy Children's International Broadcasting Day.